Have you ever been to a posada? The word posada means shelter in Spanish, and this Mexican tradition commemorates the search for shelter in the nativity story. Every Christmas season, my neighborhood posada starts and ends at my parents' house. We knock, we sing, some in tune, others not so much. And we ask for shelter. At every door, we're turned away with the same rehearsed verses as we walk from house to house in a candlelit procession on my block. When we finally arrive to my parents' house, the door opens. Inside, we're welcomed to the fiesta. As we enter the backyard, we hear the sounds of cumbias playing, the smells of tamales steaming, and cinnamon rising from the ponche. My favorite part is when my dad climbs onto the garage rooftop with a colorful piñata and all the kids lined up with blindfolds on, taking turns swinging until the piñata bursts open with dulces, peanuts, and oranges. A posada is more than a Mexican tradition. It's the living expression of community. It's the feeling that for a few sacred nights, you are home, held by something deeper than holiday joy, belonging. After my parents became first-time homeowners, my mom started hosting this annual posada. She opened our home to everyone, neighbors from all backgrounds, and every year, without being asked, everyone brought something to share. This is one of my core memories. It taught me that no matter how little you have, you can always share something with your neighbor. I was born and raised in Inglewood, in a city often portrayed for being up to no good. And yes, I've seen trouble, but I've also seen the best of this place, the love between neighbors, like the one who watches your kids after you get home from working late, or the one who brings you a plate of food when you didn't get a chance to cook, or even the one that knows everyone's chisme, or the tea, before it happens. That's the Inglewood I know. It's a city defined by unity, and I know there are deeply rooted communities like it all over the world. Those are the communities I fight to protect. When my parents immigrated from Mexico, we didn't have a stable place to call home. We started out living in a garage, then moved from one apartment to another. And at one point, we lived in a one-bedroom apartment with 3 other families. Back then, I didn't realize how much we were sacrificing just to survive. I just knew we were surrounded by people trying their best. And even in those cramped spaces, there was love. And there was a quiet hope that someday we'd have a home of our own. This city has historically been a Black and Latino working class community. But as our population numbers went up, investment went down, and the narrative shifted. Suddenly, we were a city only known for being up to no good. The headlines focused on violence. But I never doubted that this city is my home, because it's more than those not so good things. It's full of resilient people. And now, we're in the headlines again, with some saying everything in Inglewood has changed. And the rent prices? Sure got the memo. But my corner store still sells Arizona iced tea for only 99 cents. So not everything has changed. But let me be clear, I'm not against development. After years of disinvestment, my community deserves to thrive and not just survive. But I am against decisions being made without us. The local hospital I was born in is gone now, replaced by million-dollar homes. And it's not the only place where public land could have been used for affordable housing. We've been shut out of the decision-making process. Instead of ballots, we get backroom votes. Instead of development that includes us, we get displacement. We need transparency, accountability, and public input in our local government to ensure the best interest of our community. That's why when I started to witness my neighbors being priced out, I co-founded the ING Fellowship. The ING Fellowship is short for Inglewood, but it also stands for inspiring, nurturing, and guiding the next generation of leaders. We're a local nonprofit organization that empowers young people to become civic engagement leaders and fight to protect people from the impacts of gentrification. We host forums, we provide resources, and yes, we throw posadas, because sometimes organizing looks like culture in action. In some places, posadas have become a platform for political expression. They incorporate themes of social justice, highlighting the struggles of immigrants, of those being displaced, of those just seeking a place to call home. So when one of our neighbors, Inez, was being evicted, we didn't just protest, we joined efforts to organize, starting with a posada for Inez. And just like in my mom's posada, we brought music, food, and yes, even a piñata, because our joy is also a form of resistance. Ultimately, Inez and her family were able to return home. But we didn't stop there. More neighbors joined the movement, and we passed rent control. That's the power of community, and that's what we could all be fighting for. Cities around the world, from Inglewood to New York to Mexico City, are experiencing the same impacts of gentrification as we are. And there are better policies out there that center people over profit. We just need the will to organize and take collective action. So I'm calling on all of you to stand with us as we reclaim our cities for the people who've always called them home. Join a local organization like ours to protect our neighbors in our cities. Because the most powerful way to liberate globally is to organize locally. The most powerful way to liberate globally is to organize locally. As John Lewis once said, get in trouble, necessary trouble, and help redeem the soul of America, because we are here to stay. So join the movement to protect the soul of all our cities. Thank you.